Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back again here on a Tuesday night. I know, not a familiar voice you're hearing on a Tuesday night, but we're going to be calling this championship race for Tanner and those guys tonight. Allow them to go ahead and race it out. We're coming at you live tonight from Iowa Speedway. It's going to be 130 laps. It's a Tripods in the Wild Tour Modified Series from Crooked Line Short Track Oval Racing. And as I said, it's going to be the championship night tonight. So last race of the season. And I actually have to bring up the points because let's see here. It's looking like Brian Zimmerman, Zach Murphy, Larry Bell, and perhaps even Caleb B. Thompson have a shot at this. Brian Zimmerman leading it. Zach Murphy 14 points back. Larry Bell 46 points back. And Caleb Thompson is about 63 points back. The reason why I'm throwing Caleb's name in that mix is because, of course, it is a double points night. Double points on the line tonight, ladies and gentlemen. A little bit late start. Been a rough one. Been messing with other overlay programs, trying new stuff out. Hopefully the stream quality looks good. We're trying some new stuff out here tonight as well. So let me know in the chat how everything looks, how everything sounds. I greatly appreciate it. That being said, practice is winding out right now. So that means it's time to start pre-race ceremony. So if you could please rise and remove your hats for tonight's national anthem. Thank you very much, Joshua Rutherford, for a fantastic rendition of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, please go check out Mullet Music Productions over on YouTube. Try to help Josh hit that 100 subscriber mark. Check out his music and all that fun stuff. Heading into qualifying, couple minutes in already. Nobody really setting times just yet. It's now time starting to roll in. We're taking a look at the number 98 of Mitchell Muma. First lap for the 98 at 23.56. Let's see what he can do here on lap number 2. Lap 2 for Mitchell Muma is going to be a 23.53 as Brian Zimmerman, points leader, top of the board right now. Let's jump over to him while I check something in settings real quick on my streaming software. We just got to take that down just a hair, I believe. Looked like it was a little too bright on there. We can fix it up as we go. I'm just trying different things tonight. Need to take down that contrast just a hair as well. We'll try that out and see how she looks. Brian Zimmerman still top of the board, 23.30. Chris Sawyer with a 23.34. Good lap for the number 51. Jason Bauer finishes up his run, 23.39. Derek Stanley on lap number 2 out of turn number 4. Going to take it all the way down almost to the apron for the number 76. Jumps up to second position at 23.31. Out on track right now is Kyle the Wildman Wellman in that number 42 Tour Modified. taking the green flag for his qualifying run. Let's see what the 42 can do. About a minute and a half left to go here in qualifying. Lap one for Wildman's going to be a 23.30. As you see on the left-hand portion of your screen, Zimmerman with a 23.29, showing a 3.0 on my end. 23.29 for you guys. 23.30 for the 42 of Wellman. Let's see if he can snag the pole here. Down to the yellow line, crossing the start-finish line. Quick time, 23.29 for the 42 of Kyle, the Wildman Wellman. Jason Day and that number 52 machine out on track right now. First lap, 23.38. See what he can do here on lap number 2. Lap number 2 for Jason Day. Looks like it's a little bit quicker, 23.32. Bradley Holyfield out on track right now. Let's go ahead and get a zoomed in shot of him. Number 3. Oh, he's not going to be able to get a lap in. Wasn't paying attention to the time, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to do like 9 different things at once right now. Not a big deal. Sure, we get that set up there. Let's go ahead and show the grid. And for one last time here on a Tuesday night, let's go ahead and roll through that grid. Starting on the pole is going to be Kyle Wildman Wellman. To his outside is going to be Brian Zimmerman, current points leader, going for a championship tonight. Starting in third, going to be Derek Stanley in the number 76. Jason Day, super late model champion last night, going to be starting in fourth. Chris Sawyer going to be rolling off P5 with Tanner Marr to his outside in sixth. Jason Bauer going to be starting in 7th position with championship contender Larry Bell to his outside in 8th. Caleb B. Thompson going to be rolling off in 9th, also a possible championship contender this evening, with Bradley Holyfield starting in 10th. Mitchell Muma is going to be rolling off in 11th position with Scott Bryant starting in 12th. Moving on down, we got Zach Murphy. Has to go to the rear of the field, being last week's winner. Also won last night in the Super Late Model Series, so good job on that. Zach, number 29, starting P13. Chris Clark going to be starting in 14th in that number 91 machine, and starting shotgun on the field tonight, old lucky dog, the 79 of Jeffrey Miller. Field starts to roll off. We got 15 drivers here tonight at Iowa. It's going to be 130 laps. Drivers are getting the 1 to go signal this time by. Wildman Wellman, Brian Zimmerman on the front row. Derek Stanley, Jason Day on row number 2. Zimmerman going for a championship here tonight in the Tour Modifieds. This competition's Larry Bell, Caleb Thompson, and Zach Murphy. Did not have the night he wanted last night in the Super Late Model Series. Let's see if he can redeem himself here tonight in the Tour Modifieds. Out of turn number 4. Pace car is going to pull off. 130 laps here at Iowa Speedway. It's a championship race. Time to get it on. Down into turns 1 and 2. It's going to be side by side for the race lead right now. Brian Zimmerman going to be up on the top side. He's going to make that pass clean and clear of the Wildman Wellman, new race leader on lap number 1. Brian Zimmerman. We saw the same thing last night in the Super Late Model Series when Elvis got around Day and then kind of led most of the race last night. See if Brian Zimmerman can do the same here. One thing I did not find out was a fuel load here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. If they're going to have to pit or not. Looks like Brian Zimmerman got a little tight right there, almost got into the outside wall. We're almost 3-4 wide back here in the back. Oh, we got one spinning. That's Jason Bauer. No caution out on the speedway. Stops on the infield, tows it. So problems for Jason Bauer early. Last time by, it was Wildman Wellman with the fastest lap of the race thus far here on lap number 3. Side by side for the race lead as they come out of turn number 4. He's going to duck back in line. Derek Stanley just kind of riding behind these guys right now, just watching what they're doing. Still a long way to go in this one. 127 laps to go. Wellman, another run down the back. Takes a peek, but thinks better of it as we go into 3 and 4. I think Zimmy's starting to see that high side's starting to work pretty well there in turns 3 and 4. Wellman's running a little bit higher up there in 1 and 2. He's got a good run again down the back straightaway, all over the back bumper. That number 28 might have gotten the outside wall just a hair going into 3 and 4. Derek Stanley now with a run on Wellman. He's going to think better of it and duck back in line. Let's go take a look at where Larry Bell's running. Currently in 7th position right now. Coming into tonight, Larry Bell is 3rd in points, but he's only 46 points behind our leader, but he does not want to see that number 28 leading the way right now. Maple Leaf Muscle, Jason Day running in the 5th position. He's lost a spot since the start of the race. He's running that bottom line right now, so we got a battle for the race lead up here at the front. Wellman on the bottom side, Zimmerman up on the top. Side by side as we go through turns 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4 and across the start finish line. Who's going to lead this one? Give it to Wellman that time by. Still side by side for the race lead. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not sure if you recall, but not too long ago, I think it was last season if I'm not mistaken, we actually got featured in an iRacing highlight video. We got number 2 for a .000 finish here at Iowa between Brian Zimmerman and Kyle O'Danick. It was a fantastic race, fantastic finish. Looking like it's shaping up to finish that way once again here this evening. Wellman tries to slide up in front of the 28. Zimmerman's going to cross him back over, tries to side draft him just a little bit, pulls him back. Now Simi going to go into 1 and 2, slide up in front of that 42 machine and take back the race lead as they come out of turn number 2. I think that's going to be one of the ways we're going to see drivers passing this evening is going to be the old slide job method. Wellman tried to pull it there in 1 and 2. He's got a good run here. Let's see what he does going back into 1 and 2. Back down into turns 3 and 4. Zimmy kind of changing up his line just a little bit. Goes to the middle part of the racetrack in 3 and 4. Still running kind of a top middle line in 1 and 2. I think he's just trying to figure out what lane is going to be the fastest right now. You see enters middle, kind of floats up though. Surprised nobody's really kind of cutting off that corner, straightening it out the best they can. Everybody's kind of running that middle groove. Now back into 3 and 4, still running that middle groove as well. Wellman's going to have a big run here coming out of turn number 4, looking to the inside, thinks better of it. Caution flag out on the speedway, first caution of the evening. Looks like Caleb Thompson, a championship contender, might have been involved with this one. And I know it's a stretch for Thompson, but I think if he wins it and all the other guys have problems here tonight, I think he's in a good spot to possibly take home this championship. Again, we'll find out after the race. Tanner will let us know. Let's go back and see what happened with this one. Going down in the corner. Looks like Holyfield drifts up into Caleb right there. No harm, no foul. We go into 3 and 4. Nothing just yet. They take lap 13 right here. Ooh, I think Thompson just all over the back bumper. Oh, and then Miller kind of finishes them off right there. So let's take another look at it from the chopper cam. Yeah, Thompson gets into the back of him just a little bit, but ultimately that contact with the 79 is what sent him around there. And as I expected, we got a pretty busy pit road right now as Brian Zimmerman's leading him down. No, it doesn't look like anybody's going to be taking tires this early. Only 15 laps in. There's really no sense to do it. Zimmerman winning the race off pit road. Chris Clark and Jeffrey Miller stay out. So that's going to give old Lucky Dog the race lead unless he receives the EOL for that one. Chris Clark actually stayed out an extra lap, now going down pit road. Maybe trying to EOL himself, put himself in the back of the pack, trying to save a little bit of fuel. A little bit of strategy being played by that number 91 machine right now. Again, thank you all for tuning in here on a Tuesday night for Tuesday Night Thunder, presented to us by Crooked Line Short Track Oval Racing for the Tripods in the Wild Horde Modified Series Championship night here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Decided to help Tanner out and do this one for him. I'm home. I'm going to do it. Why not? Put on a good show for y'all. Him and Wellman have done a great job all season. And this is the thing with Iowa, ladies and gentlemen. These pace laps are agonizing. I tell you what. Let's take a look at Holyfield once again. Looks like he might have, yeah, he came down pit road there on lap 14. Looks like he might have, no, he did not get that damage fixed. Nerf bar bent up a little bit on the front end of that Tour Modified. Well, Lucky Dog's going to be firing him off on this one. Gonna re-rack them, restack them, fire them off one more time. The thing with these cars here at Iowa, ladies and gentlemen, it is almost like them running a super speedway. Looks like Jason Bauer is able to get that number 9 machine back out on track. Good to see him sticking it out. 5 laps down currently right now. Couple more cautions. He'll be right back in this thing, though. Field in the hands of lucky dog Jeffrey Miller. Oh, a little bit of a stack up right there. Almost like he wanted to go, but then decided not to, and then finally went. Down into 1 and 2. Zimmerman up on the top side. Wellman's going to follow him. Miller down on the bottom. How about Jeffrey Miller up here leading the way right now? Almost slides up right in front of Zimmerman. Thinks better of it, though. No contact made. Lap 20 of 130. Still a long way to go. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Once again, we're still side by side for the race lead. Jeffrey Miller, lucky dog. He wants it. He's pushing tight, though. Almost up in his semi. Wellman all over the back bumper of Brian Zimmerman. On board here with Wellman. We'll even get a nice shot here. Zimmy back looking at Wellman. You hear it, ladies and gentlemen, barely lifting off the throttle here tonight in these Tour Modifieds. That's why I said it's almost like plate racing, super speedway racing here. Tanner Marr looking to make a move there on Chris Sawyer as Derek Stanley jumps out of line. He's going to try and get around Jeffrey Miller. You got Chris Sawyer there up on the top side, turn number 2. Tanner pushes up the racetrack just a little bit. That forces Sawyer a little bit more out of the groove. Almost got into the outside wall, allowing Maple Leaf Muscle Jason Day to take a look for P6. Looks like Tanner might have got a little tight. He lost his momentum. Not able to clear that position for the number 79. Pushes up once again. Sawyer hanging tough on that outside groove. Marr trying to clear Jeffrey Miller right here. Tries to slide up, not clear though. Miller hanging tough on that outside line. He had to back out of it though. Almost got into the outside wall. And that allows Tanner to go ahead and make the pass. Now move Tanner Marr up inside the top 5. He's bringing Jason Day with him. Back up at the front, battle for the race lead. Wellman on the bottom side of the racetrack. Brian Zimmerman up top. Zimmy's going to have the run here. Wellman pushes up the racetrack. Almost a little bit of contact there as they come out of turn number 4. New race leader Kyle Wellman here on lap number 28. Slides up in front of Zimmy and takes that spot away. Zimmy has to really just kind of be calm and cordial right now. He is running for a championship here. Again, looking for redemption after last night. He was in the hunt for the championship last night and had a few problems. Was not able to seal the deal. That's a good run on Wellman here. What's he going to do with it down the back straightaway? Stays in line. How about Tanner Marr? He's somebody who's been really good in these Tour Modifieds in past seasons. Actually ran for a championship not too long ago. Got a couple of race wins. Looking to the inside of Derek Stanley right now to take over that third spot. Second caution of the evening. Yellow flag out on the speedway. Looks like it might have been Mitchell Muma and Caleb Thompson. Caleb Thompson involved in another one. Not good for the 0-4 if he wants to possibly win this championship. Ooh, that's a tough one. And he got right hooked into the outside wall. Did a kick flip in turn number 2. Go ahead and slow it down right here. Take another look at it. Looks like Caleb's turning into the corner. Looks like Muma just kind of comes down. Yeah, he comes down, gets into that right rear, and turns the 0-4 machine up into the outside wall. So hopefully Caleb still has that fast repair and get back out here and fight his way back up to the top. Bauer, though, he's going to be your lucky dog. He'll get one of his laps back. So that's good news for the number 9 machine. As again, I'm sure we're going to have a busy pit lane here this evening on this caution. Everybody worried about that fuel. Looks like Derek Stanley going to win the race off pit road. Wellman second, Zimmerman third. Only a 5-second stop for Stanley. Maybe just a splash and go for that number 76 machine. Oh, nice camera there. Lap 33 of 130. We still got 98 laps to go, and we still got to crown a champion here tonight. Caleb Thompson's still on pit road. Kind of tells me I think his championship hopes tonight are pretty much done for, unfortunately, for the 0-4 machine. Wonder if these guys know we have an infield care center that they can jump up into and shoot me a DM on Discord. Let me know they're in there and we can give them an interview. We've always had it. Nobody uses it. So Derek Stanley comes out on top after that round of pit stops. 10-second stop for Wellman, and he still was able to beat Brian Zimmerman off pit road. You got Jason Day back there in 4th. Tanner Marr drops back to 5th on that one. Sawyer 6th. Murphy up 6 spots on the evening. He's looking for a championship as well here tonight. And I think I was talking to Zimmy earlier. He said that's pretty much the one he's worried about, because Murphy, we said it last night, he's always that driver. Hardly talk about him, but he ends up finding his way up in that top 3 eventually throughout the evening. Lights go off on the pace car. 1 to green here again at Iowa. Gonna re-rack them, restack them, fire them off once again. Everybody bunched up, even though they've been pretty much bunched up all night long at this track. Like I said, pretty much a plate track at this point with these cars. We heard it when we were riding on board there with Brian Zimmerman, how much on throttle time they actually have. Out of turn number 4, field going to be in the hands of Derek Stanley. Remember, Stanley got a win here in the super late models not too long ago. Green flag back out in the air. Great cameras right here as we go down the back straightaway. Into turns 3 and 4, Wellman and Zimmerman going to be side by side here as we roll off turn number 4. Almost a little bit of Nerf bar contact. No harm, no foul. They keep it straight, keep it clean and green. Back down into 1 and 2. Wellman looking for the race lead. Side by side down the back straightaway. Zimmy's going to go behind Wellman. Almost give him a shot into 3 and 4. Wellman's trying to clear that number 76 as we come off turn number 4. Give that one led to Wellman that time by lap 38 of 130. Zimmerman's going to be all over the back bumper of that 76 machine as we go down the back straightaway. Takes a peek to the inside going into 3 and 4. He also has a run on Wellman right there. Wellman's going to have to cover him off as we come out of turn number 4. That high line, man, everybody's keeping their momentum up on that high line. Here comes Tanner Marr to push Brian Zimmerman past Derek Stanley. He has to back out of it, though. We're still side by side for second, now side by side for third and fourth. You got Jason Day back there trying to get around Tanner Marr to take over that 4th spot, but here comes Zach Murphy. He's going to put it 3 wide down the front straightaway. Back down into 1 and 2. Day gives them plenty of room, backs out of it. Now they're side by side for that 4th spot. Tanner Marr up top, Zach Murphy on the bottom. Murphy lost a lot of momentum, though, when he made that move to the inside right there. He entered real flat into 1 and 2, had to really back out of it. Barely able to clear that number 52 machine. Day giving him plenty of room. Now they single file back out. Back up front, still Wildman Wellman leading the way. Derek Stanley second, Brian Zimmerman in third. Tanner Marr runs 4th. Rounding out the top 5 is Zach Murphy. 2 championship contenders inside the top 5 right now. Larry Bell sits back there in P9, maybe just kind of riding right now, trying to figure out what line he's got to run to get up towards the front. He's hanging out right behind Jeffrey Miller. Look at this freight train down the back straightaway, ladies and gentlemen. Top 9, nose to tail. All within 2 seconds of each other. I know Zimmerman's probably getting word from his spotter that Zach Murphy is coming. He's going to have to start making some moves here. Get a couple more spots on Murphy just in case Murphy gets around Tanner here. As you know, Murphy, he's probably been saving his tires just a little bit better than these guys up front have. He's had a couple of cautions, let him cool down just a little bit. Day sends it down in on the bottom side of the racetrack back there. Almost got into the back bumper of the 29. Murphy looking for that P4 spot once again on the inside of Tanner Marr. Tanner Marr up top. Tanner has the momentum coming out of turn number 4. We cross the line and take a lap 45. Go on board here with Jason Day, looking at this battle up in front of him. They're off throttle about to the center of the corner there and then just right back on it. And it is all about momentum here. Slots in behind Tanner Marr, stays in that 6th spot. Wildman still continues to lead the way. Zach Stanley's doing a pretty good job hanging on to that second spot right now, but I'm wondering how his fuel is going to be later on in the race with that 5.5 second pit stop. Gonna have to keep an eye on him here. Zimmy's got a good run out of turn number 4. Might take a peek. No, thinks better of it. Murphy is right behind Brian Zimmerman. 2 championship contenders right now running 3rd and 4th. We take a lap number 50 of 130. Still a long way to go in this one, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna take a quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere. Be right back.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
iRacing, you wanted the best, you got them 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
What's up, everybody? We're taking a break in this exciting race to tell you a little bit about Savage Edge. You can go to our link here, www.savageedge.com, or our Facebook here. So we're about to tell you a little bit what Savage Edge does. Have you ever wanted to put your face on a t-shirt or maybe your iRacing car? Well, we can do that for you at Savage Edge. Take a look at our direct-to-garment printer. Did you just get excited about what you can see on a t-shirt? Well, we got more for you. What about embroidered hats? Everybody loves a good hat. Look at this. We also do beanies that double as kitten holders. There's also so much more we can do here at Savage Edge. Vinyl graphics, coffee mugs, koozies. We basically can put your name on anything. So go to savageedge.com and check out our Facebook. Now back to the race.
We're back alive here on True Sim Productions. This top pack is kind of broken up just a little bit. Zach Murphy tried to make a big move there Everybody really split up for a second, went back to single file. Now they're side by side again back here for third. Two championship contenders, Brian Zimmerman and Zach Murphy. And Zimmy is just not giving up on that outside lane. Wellman still leading the way. Derek Stanley tried to make a pass for that lead, but did not manage to get it. So he slotted back in line. Now it's basically the battle back here between the championship contenders. Murphy, who's up 10 spots since the start of this race. And Brian Zimmerman, who I don't think is taking those right side tires yet, or taking 4 tires yet or not. Murphy, he's going to go big down on the bottom side of the racetrack. Thought he was going to try and pull a slide job, but did not commit to it. It allows Zimmy to have that momentum off the top side off turn number 2. Might get him right here. Slide up. Got to slide up. Can't wait for it. There it is. You got to slide up in front of him. Take that spot away. Zach Murphy now up in the third. Not what Brian Zimmerman needs right now. Because now here comes Jason Day. He gives Zimmerman plenty of room, though, off turn number 2. You can fit almost 2 cars in between those guys coming off turn number 2. We're on lap 64 of 130. We're almost halfway through this thing, ladies and gentlemen. And the question is, how many more laps can they do on fuel before we see them come down pit road? Is Zimmy maybe trying to play a little bit of a fuel game now at this point, now that he's back and forth? That's the real question. Still nose to tail, top 6. Battle going on back here. Larry Bell working his way around Tanner Marr. That's for the 7th position. Coming in at tonight, Bell was only 46 points behind the other 2. So I think if he's just kind of riding right now, if he can start to work his way up towards the front, we might have a 3-way battle going on for the championship this evening. They all single file back out once again. Stanley goes upside top of the racetrack, though. I don't know if that's going to hurt him or help him, because here comes Zach Murphy now looking to the inside. Trying to take away that 2nd position. Everybody was running that high line earlier on in the race. Now everybody's kind of moved towards the middle of the racetrack at both ends, which is really interesting to see. Really thought that high line would have worked in 3 and 4. Stanley falls all the way back behind Jason Day. Now Murphy's got to run down the leader, Wildman Wellman. On board here was Brian Zimmerman. He's really arcing that car coming out of the corner. He went all the way up to the wall, whereas Murphy did not. Look at the run he's got back on the number 29. Remember, we had one of the best finishes here in Crooked Line Racing not too long ago between Zimmerman and O'Danick. Could we have a repeat here tonight between the championship contenders? Could it come down to a last lap photo finish? Thomas Axum out in chat says, yikes. What's yikes? I don't get it. Did I miss something? top four starting to pull away right now. Chris Sawyer having a good run here in the number 51, running inside the top five. Slowly losing some ground to these top four guys. Oh, here we go. Battle for the race lead heating up. Murphy takes a peek to the inside there in 3 and 4. Wellman fights hard on the outside lane, though. Keeps that momentum up, maintains the race lead. Lap 75 of 130. No rebuttal to that. You just gonna come in chat, say yikes and nothing else. Still a top four breakaway. They're starting to catch some lap traffic right now, though. That's Brad Hollyfield up in front of Wellman right there, and they're catching them quick. Championship battle still heating up here, second and third. Remember, Zach Murphy had to start in the rear of the field. He was last week's winner. Currently runs second. Wellman doing a good job maintaining the race lead right now, though. They're still slowly catching that number 3 of Hollyfield. Oh, pit stop here for Chris Sawyer. So are we going to be seeing green flag stops here for the rest of these guys? Oh, what in the world is going on there? Holyfield and Zimmerman made contact. Let's go back and take a look at that. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to tell with that one. I mean, Zimmerman's coming off the corner. I don't know why Holyfield was pulling it down the racetrack like that. It looked like he was slowing up to let the leaders by. He should have stayed up near the outside wall. I don't think Zimmy was expecting him to come down like that. So championship implications. Now will Jason Day work with Zimmy to try and catch back up to these two up front? And when are we going to see them come down pit road? Because I swear they have to stop at least one more time. There ain't no way these Tour Modifieds can do 100 laps at Iowa without taking some fuel. We already saw, and there we go, Zimmy. He's bringing it down. He's had enough of it. Wants to come down and get that full fuel, maybe some right side tires, get back out there. Now, we've seen this happen last night. We had a couple green flag pit stops and then a couple of quick cautions right after that. Here comes Wildman Wellman. Murphy's going to go one more lap, though. Now, I would have came down with Wellman right there, to be honest with you. I mean, Wellman is leader. He's kind of controlling the pace right now. I think if Wellman has a decent pit stop, he's going to maintain that race lead unless Zach Murphy does something fancy on pit road. Him and Jason Day both stay out. Same with Larry Bell. Larry Bell currently in third. He is still in this fight for this championship. Murphy and Day bringing down pit side. What does Bell do? He's bringing it down as well. These drivers have to nail their pit stop who's running for the championship. Wellman, and he's still on pit road. Zimmerman is off pit road. Now, I think what Zimmy was trying to do was basically short pit these guys 25-second stop for Brian Zimmerman. So fresh tires, full tank of fuel. He's good to go to the end. It's going to be close. Zimmerman's going into 3 and 4 right now. Murphy is at 26 seconds, 27.07 on his pit stop. So I think Zimmy's going to get by him easily. Pretty sure. Wellman's out. Back out on the racetrack, but Zimmy jumped him. I think that was a smart move by Zimmerman. He's able to get out to the race lead. Even Chris Sawyer, man, great job by Chris Sawyer. Came down on lap 79. He sure pit these guys by about 4 laps. Put himself up into second position. He jumped Derek Stanley, Wellman, Day, all these guys. And Murphy, problems for the 29. Uh-oh. We have some problems with Murphy. He got a black flag on pit road. I think it was speeding off pit road. Has to come down and serve that penalty. Not good here while the green flag is still out. Now he's going to be praying for a caution here late in this race. Now Zimmy, all he has to do is be smooth and consistent, kind of ride off in the distance. So Brian Zimmerman, your race leader. Chris Sawyer runs second. And we're going to go back to almost, I'd say about 2 seconds, 1.7, 1.8 to Wildman Wellman. Jason Day, he jumped Derek Stanley right there. He got up to 4th. Stanley rounds out the top 5. Tanner Marr in 6th. But unfortunately, Zach Murphy now 1 lap down. Or I'm sorry, he's almost 2 laps down. No, 3 laps down, I apologize. So, man, big problems for the 29. Not only is he praying for 1 caution, he's praying for a couple at this point. So, championship thrown out the window by speeding off pit road. Don't count out this 51 just yet. Good to see him running up inside the top 3, looking for a podium here tonight at Iowa. Only about 0.8 of a second off the back bumper of that 28 car. But Wildman Wellman is slowly closing in on him. We only got about 39 laps to go. Brian Zimmerman has now about an 0.8, almost 0.9 gap over Chris Sawyer. Wellman is about 2 seconds back from Brian Zimmerman. We're going to go ahead and jump to another quick commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
iRacing, you wanted the best. You got them 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over 400 $1,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
What's up, everybody? We're taking a break in this exciting race to tell you a little bit about Savage Edge. You can go to our link here, www.savageedge.com, or our Facebook here. So we're about to tell you a little bit what Savage Edge does. Have you ever wanted to put your face on a t-shirt or maybe your iRacing car? Well, we can do that for you at Savage Edge. Take a look at our direct-to-garment printer. Did you just get excited about what you can see on a t-shirt? Well, we got more for you. What about embroidered hats? Everybody loves a good hat. Look at this. We also do beanies that double as kitten holders. There's also so much more we can do here at Savage Edge. Vinyl graphics, coffee mugs, koozies. We basically can put your name on anything. So go to savageedge.com and check out our Facebook. Now back to the race.
We're back live here on True Sim Productions. About 26 laps to go here at Iowa for the championship round of the Tripods in the Wild Tour Modified Series. Brian Zimmerman leads the way. Wildman Wellman found his way around Chris Sawyer, and he brought Jason Day along with him. Now the gap to Zimmy is about 1 second, 1.1 seconds, and closing. Wellman last time by was actually just a tick slower. Fastest out of the top three was actually Maple Leaf Muscle Jason Day. Out of turn number 4 across the line for Zimmy. He's got 24 more laps, bringing home to a championship. Realistically, even if he finishes second or third here tonight, he's got a championship locked home. The only one closest to him in the championship hunt is this 43 car of Larry Bell. He's running 6th, but with Larry Bell coming in tonight, 46 points behind Zimmy in the point standings, I don't think the double points is going to help him all that much, especially if Zimmy finishes at least in the top 3. So Bell's kind of hoping for something to happen to this number 28 if he wants a shot at winning this championship. However, with Zach Murphy having that pit road speeding penalty and now sitting in 11th, 3 laps down, Bell's looking for a solid second in the point standings this season. 22 laps to go. catching Zimmy, but I don't know if he's going to have enough there. Tempest out in chat. He was a little bit quicker last time by a 23.76 compared to a 23.79. So he is closing, but just now under a second. But he also does have a little bit of the draft off Zimmerman. Not only that, he has Jason Day pushing him. But again, Brian Zimmerman really doesn't have to win this right now. Even if he finishes second or third, I think he's going to lock home the championship here. Out of turn number 4, going to be 19 laps to go. You see Zimmy, he's moving down a lane, trying to break that draft off the 42. He sees him coming in that rearview mirror. They're getting bigger and bigger. Almost a full 10th gain that lap. A 23.78 for both Wellman and Day compared to Zimmerman's 23.82. Zimmy doesn't have any of that draft right now, so it's just really hurting him. The only thing that's going to help him is once Wellman and Day catch him is the dirty air that his car is going to give off to the 42 and the 52. 18 laps to go. Oh, Jason Day not going to work with the 42. He's going to make a move and try and go for second. Maple Leaf Muscle wants to win this thing. A little bit of lag spike there. Been having a lot of that recently. I don't know why. Side by side for second right now. This is what Brian Zimmerman wants to see. These two stay side by side. He's just going to continue to pull away now. His last time by, Jason Day was the fastest in top 3 of the 23.79. Also correct, Zimmy's catching lap traffic. He's catching that 83 car of Scott Bryant right now. He's running 9th. However, luckily for Zimmy, it's only one car in front of him right now. So if he catches them, I'm sure he'll be able to make quick work of that number 83, get around him. Not have to worry about Wellman and Zimmy. Then again, Bryant might fight Zimmy, might try and stay on that lead lap because Bryant could get a quick caution and get right back in this thing. That's something that we've noticed, you know, we always notice with lap cars, right? I mean, the lap car is going to at least try to put up somewhat of a fight on the leader, but once he's lapped, I mean, they let second and third go by, no problem. You're already lapped, doesn't matter at that point. I think if Zimmy gets to the inside of the 83, if it was me personally, if I was the 83, I'd put up a fight for about a corner, maybe a lap. And then if I realize, hey, you know what? He's got me, just back out of it and let him have it, especially only 14 laps to go. Also depends on if you're gaining or losing on anything. The 83 is really not fighting for position right now. He's got about 5.5 seconds till his next position, which would be 8th. Jeffrey Miller is 79. $13 laps to go here at Iowa. Gap shrinking. They couldn't get around Wellman, slots back in line. Now they're starting to catch him once again. Now see, if Day was smart, he would just kind of hang back and just push Wellman up to Zimmy. However, remember, Zimmy did pit 1 lap before Wellman, and Jason Day pit 1 lap after Wellman, 83, 84, 85. So technically, Jason Day has the freshest tires out of the top 3 as well. Wellman's running a little bit different of a line there through 1 and 2, working with Jason Day. Well, I don't know necessarily if they're working together, but I think that's what Wellman wants. He wants that 52 to push him. You see Zimmy, he's using the 83 car right now as some draft. He sees that 42 car coming, getting smaller and smaller. 10 laps ago, it was a second gap. Now it's under half of a second right now. Brian Zimmerman makes quick work of that lap traffic. Here comes Wildman Wellman down to the bottom. He's got to work his way around the 83. So does Jason Day. Day's going to kind of get held up a little bit here. He has to give room on the outside. Another little lag spike. Well, what's going on with that? It's shaping up to be another one of them photo finishes, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Brian Zimmerman in the outside wall. It's going to slow him up a little bit. Here comes Wellman. I think Zimmy's got to run a different line right now because Wellman's been catching him running that bottom groove coming off the corner. Out of turn 4, going to be 7 laps to go. Does Zimmy put up a fight, or does he just let Wellman have it if he gets there? Remember, Zimmy's going for a championship. Bigger picture here. Wellman, good run off the corner side by side for the race lead as we go down the back straightaway. Looks like Zimmy's not going to pinch him down, not going to fight him too hard here. And I don't blame him. Wellman drifts up. Zimmy's got the run on the high side. Who's going to have it this time? Give it to Brian Zimmerman. That time with 6 laps to go. Day's pushing Wellman. Jason Day wants a win here as well. Remember, Jason Day's coming off of winning a championship last night in the super late models. 5 laps to go this time by. Does Brian Zimmerman keep putting up this fight, or does he just back out of it and let him have it? Wellman, new race leader down the back straightaway. Zimmy all over the back bumper, gives him a shot going into 3 and 4. Now Jason Day working on the inside of Brian Zimmerman. Zimmy falls back to 3rd right now, but still hanging tough on the outside. Day sends it down in on the bottom side of the racetrack. 4 laps to go. Still side by side for 2nd. It's going to be close because Larry Bell is now up to 5th, ladies and gentlemen. He's also running for points. Running for that championship. Maple Leaf Muscle gets around Brian Zimmerman. I don't know if Zimmy got loose there, if he was trying to cut down to try and suck some of the draft off Jason Day. But out of turn number 4, it's going to be 2 laps to go for the number 42 of Wellman. Larry Bell moves up to 4th. I don't think it's going to matter, though. Zimmy's still in 3rd. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go. Does Jason Day have anything for Wellman? Down and back straightaway for the final time. Into 3 and 4. Jason Day going to go down to the bottom. Zimmy sends it in there. I don't know where he thought he was going to go. He's trying to get it. But give it to Kyle Wildman Wellman. Jason Day finishing 2nd. Brian Zimmerman 3rd. Larry Bell gets 4th. So going to be interesting to see what happens with the points on that one. I think Bell, if he wanted a shot, needed to finish in front of Zimmy at least by a couple of spots. But good run out of the 43 of Larry Bell. Good job for Wellman taking him the win. You see Zimmy, 3rd place for him tonight, but definitely going to be a champion. So couldn't seal the deal last night, but redeems himself tonight. So we're going to do things a little bit differently. I know Zimmy got 3rd. We normally interview 3rd position, but because he's a champion, we're going to go ahead and bring up Number 52 of Jason Day first, who finished his second place here tonight. Man, Jason, what a run out of that number 52. I started, where did you start here tonight? Looks like you started back, yeah, you started back here in fourth. Had some green flag pit stops. Kind of walk me through your race and how you managed to pull off second place.
Well, I wasn't planning on racing. I got wrecked at Daytona about 5 minutes before you guys qualified, so I jumped in and went right straight to qualifying and didn't turn a lap. So I was pretty happy to get a fourth place out of qualifying but not turn a lap. But yeah, I didn't know what to expect. Just got out there. I like this track. It's momentum based with these cars, so I just tried to save a little bit of tire early to see how a long run would go, and then we had to save fuel a little bit. Pit every those early cautions helped a little bit. I think everybody, we were able to top up every time to make it into a one green flag stop type race. Yeah, I got lucky on pit road with the green flag stop. Everything went smooth, got in and out without any issues. Unfortunately, Zach had a speeding penalty behind me there, so I feel bad for him. But congrats to Zimmy on winning the championship and Wellman on the race. I think I might have had something for Wellman there at the end, but I didn't, we're teammates and everything. I didn't want to do anything come across my nose once, and I had to let up a little bit, but I wasn't going to wreck somebody for a win, and he had a good car all night.
I was going to say, you had the freshest tires out of the top three there, and you and Wellman ran Zimmy down in the last 20 laps. That was going to be my next question for you. If you thought you might have had anything for Wellman, or did you maybe think you might have burnt your stuff up when you and Zimmy were side by side for this couple of laps?
No, I think I had something for him. I lost a little bit of ground to him when Zimmy and I were side by side, and we just didn't have enough laps left. There was only 5 to go, and I would have had to get a couple runs to try to make it work. And like I said, we're teammates, and I'm not gonna try to push the issue. If he makes a mistake, yeah, I'll go by, but I'm not gonna bump or make something happen that shouldn't happen.
Well, Jason, you come home in second place tonight. Congratulations on a podium finish here in Tour Modifieds in the final race. Who you got to thank on the 52?
Well, of course, thanks to you again, Sam. I think this is your last broadcast for a while, so thanks for the last couple seasons, all the stuff you've been doing. Hopefully see you back and hear your voice again, because you do a great job every time. Thanks to Tanner and all the guys at Crooked Line for putting on a great series. I haven't been able to run Tour Mods this season, so it was nice to get out and run one race this year. It was kind of nice to get back out. Thanks to all the guys at Five Kings Motorsports, all our sponsors, Elite Performance Industries, The Butt Kicker, True Sim Productions, Savage Edge Apparel, BAM Racing Videos, and USA Firearms.
Congratulations once again, Jason, and hopefully we'll see you next season.
Thank you, sir.
That was Jason Day coming home in second place. Again, we're kind of doing this a little out of order. I know Zimmy got third. We normally do third place first, but we're interviewing the champion last, so we'll ask him about his race, how he feels about finishing third, but also how he feels about being a champion. But first, let's talk to our race winner. That's 42 of Kyle the Wildman Wellman. Wellman, you and Jason Day, I don't know if you guys couldn't figure it out or what, but it looks like you're racing each other a little bit trying to catch Zimmy, and then you finally both calmed down and decided to kind of work with each other and make your way up towards the front. Kind of walk me through your race and how you managed to pull off this win.
Oh man, I just fast car tonight. I felt fast, felt good. I figured out early in practice that it wasn't really too much of a draft track like we've seen here before. But yeah, those last few laps we were racing Jason there trying to catch Zimmy, and we got side by side for a little bit. I messed up and tapped the apron a little bit, and I got a side by side, but we figured it out in a lap or two and managed to chase down Zimmerman as he's going around doing his Polish victory lap. And we just managed to run Zimmy down, and Zimmy just couldn't seem to get that low line running like we could. So just once I got under him, managed to stay off of him and just kept going and got around him and let them battle side by side for a little bit. I did chop Jason a little bit there going into one, but thanks to him for not just driving it in there and taking me out. That's a good teammate right there, but I also knew that if he got to my inside, it was going to be a little bit harder to win.
See, that was going to be my next question, because Jason actually had the fresher tires out of you three in the top three. Were you a little bit worried there when you were coming to that white flag? He was right on your bumper.
I was worried about 15 laps before that when I seen him run me down from 2 seconds back and managed to get through a few cars. So that worried me a little bit, but Jason's just really good. Never really expected to ever beat him anywhere because he's so good, but it feels good to get out there and win one.
Well, congratulations on the win here tonight, Wellman. You did a great job in the booth calling all the other races with Tanner, so at least you got to come race the last one and you take home a win in it. So congratulations once again. Who you got to thank on the 42?
First and foremost, thank Tripods in the Wild, my photography company. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Then we got TSP, you and Tanner, and sometimes me up in the booth doing a great job every race we do. It's fun to go back and watch the races. Just got to thank my friends out there watching.
All right, man. Well, again, congratulations on the win. Hopefully we'll see you next season.
Thank you.
And that was Kyle the Wildman Wellman coming home with the win. Now coming home with P3 is Brian Zimmerman, still doing a couple Polish victory laps. Let's go ahead and bring him up. We did it in a weird order, I know, but we did it in a weird order for a reason, because we're talking to a champion. Zimmy, a little bit of a redemption shot tonight. What do you say?
Yeah, after last night, I needed to have a solid run. Last night was a pretty pitiful race for me. I'd made some bad decisions last night, put myself in some bad situations, and it showed. So it was nice to come out here tonight and put it all together.
Well, how do you feel about Zach Murphy getting that speeding penalty? Because he looked fast. He had to start in the back, being last week's winner, and he looked like he might have had you there, but looks like he kind of lucked out, and he got the bad luck tonight.
Yeah, I really hate that for Zach. He's had a good, solid season. I wish we could have raced it out on the track. He so speeding penalty. It's so hard. We were talking all night about how hard pit road is, not to speed 40 miles an hour on that pit road, and these cars is very difficult. So I can definitely see how he did it, because I'm sure I was close a few times too. I hate it. I hate it ended that way. I wish we could have raced it out on the track. Because he deserved it. He had a really solid season, and I wish we could have not settled it that way.
Well, you managed to come home with third place here tonight. My next question was going to be, how did you feel when you saw that 42 and 52 getting bigger in your mirror tonight?
I was a sitting duck. I knew it was coming. There wasn't much I could do with them drafting. I knew they were coming, and there wasn't. I tried to sniff some drafts to some cars that I was lapping, but once they got hooked up, it was just a matter of time, and caught me about 4 laps to go. They had the momentum, and I couldn't hold them off. No, they did a great job, clean racing, and then we had the championship race. I didn't want to pinch anybody or try to block anybody, because trying to look at the bigger picture. Win the championship. And Kyle was super fast too. I don't know if I could have held him off even if I'd have blocked him. So congrats to him and Day. They're real clean race drivers, so we always enjoy running with them, and they didn't do anything to jeopardize my position, and I appreciate that.
Well, Zimmy, you didn't come out on top last night, but you sure did tonight. You are the Tour Modified champion this season. Who you got to thank on the 28?
Well, definitely want to give a shout out to Kyle Wellman. He got to race with us tonight, but he's also the series sponsor with Tripods in the Wild. Guys, check that channel out. He's on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. I think he's on Facebook, but he's got Tripods in the Wild. We appreciate him coming on board doing that. Always got to give a shout out to my brother-in-law, Andrew. He's always back watching. Looking forward to spending Thanksgiving with him, and my sister and Brody. They'll be coming down, so looking forward to that. And Jonathan, he's watching, Andrew's brother, so shout out to Jonathan out there. Appreciate him tuning in and pulling us on tonight. But man, really want to give you a shout out, Sam. You've done a great job. I know that you're going to step away. You got other things going on with life and stepping away, doing some other things. But we just want to say we appreciate what you do for us. All these great broadcasts you've done, and just thanks, man. And I look forward to you coming out on the track and racing with us some when you get a chance. But I do know that sometimes life's more important than racing on iRacing. You got things you got to take care of. But we're going to miss you.
Well, I greatly appreciate that, Zimmy. But hey, I want you to go celebrate tonight. Have a happy Thanksgiving to you, because you again are the Tripods in the Wild Tour Modified champion, and hope we see you next season.
We'll be here. Thanks, buddy. You have a happy Thanksgiving also.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Brian Zimmerman, your Tripods in the Wild Tour Modified champion. And with that being said, we were going to bring Tanner Marr up, but it looks like he dipped out early. So we're going to go ahead and just finish this one up. Bring up your results on screen. I don't know why it always does that. We don't want qualifying results. We want to see who won. Wildman Wellman takes home the win. Jason Day in second. Brian Zimmerman third, but also a champion. Ladies and gentlemen, again, this is going to be one of my final broadcasts here for a little while, as everybody's been saying. So I hope y'all enjoyed my time up in the booth. I know Tanner's got some things planned. We might be in the booth for the Snowball Derby coming up. We're going to try and see if we can't make it for that one. If not, I know Tanner's going to do a great job. That being said, we're going to go ahead and jump on out of here. Y'all have a very happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you next time.
Before you go